was your last night? Applaud. Okay, wasn't that fun? So tonight, first of all, I'm Justin McConnell. I'm one of the programmers of the festival. Tonight is our sci-fi night. Who here likes sci-fi? And who here is here for both films tonight? Nice. Okay, so the first film you're going to see is called Synchronicity. But before we get into that, let's thank our major sponsors, Cineplex, Raven Banner, Anchor Bay, and Space. I think I heard boo out there. That's funny. So, the first film you're seeing tonight is called Synchronicity, which is a very cool, sort of low-key, relationship-driven, very intelligent sci-fi, semi-time travel flick, but I'm not going to say too much about it because it's one of those movies you need to experience. So, great experience. After that, we've got Laser Team, which is the opposite end of that, which is very in-your-face, comedy-based sci-fi. They're both very cool. I'm glad you're here for them. We do have a short film ahead of the movie called Nihil. We actually don't have a guest for the short, but we do have some guests with the feature Synchronicity. So if we can bring Alexander and Chad, Alexander the producer, Alexander Montaw, and Chad McKnight to the stage. Alexander and Chad, can you guys, you have a mic, okay. Great, can you guys say a few words and introduce your film?
Yes, thank you very much. We're excited to be here for our second Canadian premiere. We played Fantasia Fest a month or so ago. Yeah, July was great. And actually, I think this is the last time the public can see this before January, because we sold to Magnolia Magnet last week. So excited about that, excited for you guys doing the last live audiences to see it. And Jacob, the director, wanted to be here. He couldn't because he's kind of a diva now after we sold the film. He had to go to his brother's wedding or something.
And this audience actually might be interested in one of the director's last films. Who here saw The Signal from back about 5-6 years ago? We've had a few.
And Chad, who was also in The Signal, he stars in this film, Chad McKnight.
Hi everybody. You guys are, I mean, no disrespect because I enjoyed Montreal, but you're kicking their ass this far. This is a pretty good sized crowd, so I would definitely appreciate that. And yeah, I'm not going to say anything else. Yeah, we'll be up here afterwards if you guys are still here. Are they doing it in between? Laser, I hope. Yeah,
it's after your film. Yeah, we're going to do a Q&A right at the end of it, so stick around, listen to these guys talk. The production designer's actually here too.
Oh yes, so. Enjoy the production design, the lighting, and the music is phenomenal. And go Blue Jays. There you go.
Nice. Okay. So I'm going to get off the stage and stop talking. Stick around for the Q&A afterwards, then stick around for Laser Team. Welcome to Toronto After Dark Night 2. All right, what did you guys think of that? So we're apparently kind of tight on time for the Q&A because of the massive throw of people trying to get into Laser Team. But let's bring up the lead actor, Chad, the production designer, Jeff, and once the producer's back in the bathroom, he'll also come up and join. Is your mic on? It isn't. Anyway, so, lead actor, Chad, let's give a big round of applause. And the production designer, Jeff.
Jeff.
It's Jeff, right? Okay, good. Just making sure. So I guess I'll start with a couple of really quick questions. And we're going to start with production design very quickly.
Good, yeah.
I noticed a lot of really old tech. Did you scour like, you know, surplus shops and things like that to put together all that sort of gear?
A lot of surplus shops and a lot of dumpsters. And I used a lot of old equipment, old welding equipment, darkroom equipment. I took it all apart, I disassembled it, and I pulled components out.
When you finish your info.
Oh, that's it. A lot of dumpster diving.
Very, very cool.
You just tell me about this concept you're filming that.
Oh, this is the first time I've seen the film, and I got to laughing because I know where a lot of those components came from. And you know, those sconces that were on the wall of the apartment, of Abby's apartment, I laughed up there. They were napkin holders from IKEA. They were 99 cents a piece.
Very, very cool. Now we've got Alexander on the stage, so give him a round of applause. He produced the film. Okay, so Chad, in preparing for that role, obviously you have to play yourself in multiple different sort of timelines and that kind of thing. How did you keep it straight in your head? What was the process?
Whatever shirt I was wearing, really, it was tough. I would have liked now seeing it a little more specificity per guy, maybe to vary it would have been good.
You have a book in your pocket right now?
What's that? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was the mathematics on the emotional life per guy wasn't easy. It was really hot in Atlanta that time too. So everything where I looked confused, I just said that's the character, but I was really confused a lot. So I wish it just wouldn't have looked so many times sort of constantly moody or brooding, but it still works for the tone. But the scene with the guys with the speed was fun. Things like that where you can break out and kind of play a little bit more was more enjoyable. So I enjoy seeing those scenes with the guys.
Very cool. And on a production level, you guys shot that all in Atlanta, but the actual locations you found and the backgrounds and like the structures that you shot in and around, how difficult was it to pull that together and make it look complete, like one sort of semi-futuristic city in a way?
Difficult. We've worked with, for these indie projects that we do, we tend to work with the same people over and over, from The Signal and actors, and Jeff actually was new to pop films for Synchronicity, but I've worked with him in Atlanta for some television and other movies that we've done. So we knew Atlanta well. We've been shooting there for 6 or 7 years and knew the resources and knew the city pretty well, and was able to design it from elements and locations we'd used before and kind of work ourselves backwards a little bit. You just kind of, when you make these small indie films, you look at the resources and that you have around and what's attainable and its form and function. And
so you would have taken like an existing script and like worked the locations in to go, okay, well, let's have it run through this and we'll change the script. And that.
Yeah, we're actually, was it between Single Ladies? It was between this other show. I'm not going to mention it. I don't really like it. Yeah, you guys won't have to hear. It's not very good. But Jeff and I were in between seasons of television, and we had 3 months where we weren't shooting anything. So, and Jacob had been working on the script with Alex Orr, who gets the story by credit. And we're just like, all right, well, we're not shooting anything for 3 months. And when we actually decided to do this film, when we greenlit it, we greenlit ourselves to shooting was 7-8 weeks. That we went through. Yeah,
very cool. All right, let's turn it over to the audience because I know they're going to give me the signal soon. Does anybody have any questions for anybody here? I can't really see, so put your hand up nice and tall. Someone up there? No? Okay. Hold on, let me go back about 1 minute and tell okay, let's do another. All right, so on an acting performance sort of, you're working with people like AJ Bowen and Brie Grant. You're gonna need the mic. How was it working with that cast, and was there a lot of actual rehearsal, or did you work through the material, or was it all sort of on the day?
Well, I know AJ and Scotty, my two friends in it from The Signal. I was Jim Parsons in that movie, and we had sort of developed a chemistry on that set, really, so it was really easy. We didn't do any rehearsing for our scenes. It was the first time with Brienne, knowing her, and no rehearsals there, so that was also, like every indie movie, you get 2 or 3 takes. It's kind of a television indie mentality out there, so if you don't get it, you're moving on, and you hope that, I think Jacob did a great job editing this thing too. He bailed me out on a lot of moments, and a lot of people, and the score and everything really helped. So yeah, it's just actually seeing that too is going, if I knew fully in each moment what this movie was, I would have made a different choice per se too, because that was also the thing, is that when you go into it, it ends up being a little different when you have whoever that actor is on the other side, that you're talking to. So it became a little different than what I was coaching myself up to the point, but still interesting. It's fun to watch.
Awesome. And Jeff, this was your first time actually seeing the film, right?
Yes.
And what's your first What's your first impression, I guess?
I'm confused.
Oh.
It's a trip. I mean, I read the script so many times, and it was hard to to find the timeline, even jumping through time and watching it now, it's all very confusing conceptually. But I thought it looked great, I thought it sounded great, I thought it was photographed great, and the acting was fantastic. I really liked it.
And in terms of the look of the film, I guess we have time for one more question? How much more time do you think we have?
5 minutes.
5 minutes? Okay, perfect. In terms of the actual concept and the design of the film, you have this sort of future retro thing going on where when you see a wide shot of the city, there's like a lot of helicopters in the horizon, and I'm assuming the giant wide shot as they're driving that Atlanta freeway that everybody knows, I guess, from The Walking Dead. There's composite components in there, correct, to make the city look. So whose decision was it to make it? I don't want to say Blade Runner-esque, but to make the city be that big character.
Jacob said Blade Runner from a very early point in this, and we had a lot of conversations between Eric, the DP, Alex, Jacob. We all talked about it, and the concept grew in our conversations and location scouting. It's something that sort of evolved over the pre-production of the film.
Very cool. And now that this is done and it's been bought, is there another film coming together for this team? Are you already working on the next one?
Jacob actually just finished his latest film. I helped produce that. It's called Night Sky, and he just submitted to Sundance 3 weeks ago.
Nice.
So hopefully the movie got a smile on him again.
Maybe we'll look at that one next year. We'll see where we're at.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. And does anyone else have any questions now that I've given you time to think about it? Hey, oh yeah, right there.
So, what's it like to walk into a scene and be like, oh shit, my character's supposed to be dead right now. I'm looking at my dead body.
The dying part was fun and easy. Holding my breath, that was pretty good. You know. Looking at it, I just kept remember, don't overdo it. Just try to underplay that. And it was late at night when we were sneaking around a lot. Are we allowed to say that now? We didn't have a lot of permits for a lot of things. So.
This is one of those deceptively low-budget movies where you guys just sort of scrap
all those buildings we didn't. Yeah, it was fun. It was a little gorilla running through there. So the dead part was probably just. Is that the manager knocking at the door? It was.
Snuck into the W because they had rented out. We snuck into the W, whatever the 20-something floor, because they had a nice skyline view, and took us 3 hours to start the shot because we had to sneak people up the elevator every like 10, 15 minutes and put cameras in duffel bags and yeah.
But it took a long time to sneak all the equipment in, and well, it did. No, but there was a person volunteering in the camera department who, once we were started, decided to roll right into the front of the hotel with a full decker full of equipment, and our cover was blown.
Wow. Okay.
I thought we were looking at Jeff had been there the night before, so that the hotel room was designed. It wasn't like we just went in there. And he put some thought into that also.
We actually took apart a couple of rooms and moved furniture around.
That's awesome. Okay, well everybody give a big round of applause for the cast and crew of Synchronicity. I'm sure they're going to be around tonight through the next screening, and so don't be afraid to walk up and be like, I like the movie, and talk to people. That's what these festivals are all about. So thank you guys so much, and have a great rest of the night, I guess. Stick around for Laser Team.